Hey, Douglas Nolan here again, and this is a Wisdom for the Day Extra. If you'll watch the video above this one, you'll discover 6 questions to ask about the Bible and your devotional time and the scriptures you read, and then 5 things to do that will add wisdom to your day and add value to your life when it comes to the Word. So what do I want to do now is I want to demonstrate this. Today is the 29th, and so I'm in Proverbs 29. And the Bible says in verse 1, listen to this. He that being often reproved, let me start over. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. To put it in another way, that if you're reproved, but you stiffen your neck and you harden your heart to that, you're going to be destroyed, and there's no remedy for what happens in your life. Man, what a challenge. So let's ask some questions. Who's he talking to? He's talking to the person that stiffens his neck. That's who he identifies. Now, you got to understand, Hebrew's a very image-oriented language. It's very picturesque. I've said before that if you ask a Hebrew what God is like, he's not going to give you the American definition of God is omnipotent, God's omnipresent, God, knows all things, is everywhere, all powerful. He's not going to talk about it. He's going to give a picture, a word picture. He's my rock, he's my shield, he's my shepherd. And you see that all through the Old Testament. And that's because they see things in concrete terms and not philosophical terms, but concrete terms and very image. They put images to it so it resonates. Well, this is one of those times where God paints a picture for us of someone who's stubborn. And he uses the term a stiff neck. That's a phrase that's used throughout the Old Testament about ancient Israel. They were a people who had a stiff neck. Now here's the picture. I remember my kids at times, I would go to reprimand them or correct them about something, and they stiffen up. They don't have that relaxed body language that says, man, I hear what you're saying and I'm truly sorry. See how my body language is. But they have this, I didn't do that. And they stiffen. And God says, the guy that does that, the person that has that attitude in life, is when they're reproved, when somebody comes along and says, hey, man, even a boss that says, hey, don't do that, do this, and you have this, well, I'll show you, and you get that attitude, man, your destruction is sure, and there's not much remedy for that. So that's who he's talking to. So what is he saying? He's saying that the lesson is there's a pathway and an attitude that will lead to a life that is destroyed without remedy. You will, to put it in the American vernacular, you will mess your life up big time if you have that attitude. So that's the who and the what. So let's delve down and let me ask some why questions. So I go, God, why is that true? Why is it that the person who, when they're reproved, they are stubborn and they get that attitude of defiance, why is their life destroyed? Well, I made a couple of notes. Number one, because it exemplifies a person that's not teachable. Let's be honest. None of us have arrived. We all need mentors in our life. We all need people that we can learn from. And the person that says, I don't need help and I don't need anybody in my life to tell me what to do, I don't want anybody giving me instruction, that person they're going to have a hard life. Because we all need the wisdom from the previous generation to teach us. We need wise people to give us counsel. We all have blind spots. We all have areas in our life where we can't see past our peripheral vision, and there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we can't see. So we need each other to come along and go, hey, brother, I see this. I've been praying for you, and I see this, not in a rebuke, not in this superior mindset, but in genuine love. We need correction, and we need direction and guidance from other people. The Bible set it up that way. It's God's plan. Nobody has all the answers. We need a community of faith so that we can grow together. So the person that resists that is not teachable. And that will result in them having hard lessons in life because they don't learn from other teachers. Another thing is this. That person is self-serving. It's all about them. And self-serving individuals will always come across as untrustworthy. You know, I've been in sales a lot during my lifetime in different seasons of my life. And when you're selling something, if you don't have the client's best interest and benefit at heart, they can sense it. It's like a shark smelling blood in the water. They sense it. And you come across as untrustworthy, and because you're untrustworthy, things begin to deteriorate, and you destroy your chance of reaching and helping that person. But the person who has the agenda of not making a sale, but I want to help this client. I've got something that can help them benefit their life, and they sense that passion and your genuineness. You come across as trustworthy. You really want to help them, and it builds confidence. But the person who refuses to yield and all of that, they come across as untrustworthy, so they destroy their opportunities in life. Does that make sense? So that's a big lesson. Number 3, pride is a sin. God says pride is worse than the sin of witchcraft. They're both similar because pride manipulates the situation for self-interest and self-gain. Humility is that attitude that says, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to be a better individual, I want to be a better father, I want to be a better husband, I want to be a better wife, I want to be a better employee, I want to be a better boss. And so humility will open you up for godly counsel, but pride will shut you off. Pride's a sin, and it gets in the way. It pushes God out. When you push God out, you push every opportunity that God has for you out. So, destroy pride. At all costs, destroy pride. Number 4, you waste time by refusing to learn from others and only going your own way. You know, in America, we tend to devalue community and value that renegade. I've even seen sales stuff and stuff in it, the renegade salesman. There are probably some things that we can learn from that, but I'm telling you, generally speaking, the renegade guy that just will refuse to listen to anybody else, he closes himself off from opportunities. There's a wealth of wisdom from other people that we can learn and gain, but if we close that out, we shut ourselves off and we destine ourselves for destruction, and that destruction usually can't be fixed. So, those are just a couple of things that I've learned. I want you to take some passages, read Proverbs 29 today, go through that, ask some key questions. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Watch the video above and learn those 6 questions and 5 things you can do and get wisdom for your day. Listen, I hope this has helped you. This is how I approach the Proverbs, especially in the book of Psalms, to gain wisdom, because I want it a part of my life. And I hope it helps you get wisdom for your day. Hey, God bless.